Hi, little souls. Sorry to keep you waiting today. Let me catch my breath. Welcome. I want to say welcome to my 40-day challenge. Welcome back to those of you that have been here over several days. And today we are at day 19, I believe. Day 20, we're really just, I don't know, it feels like this has gone by really quickly for me. And at first I was a little concerned, okay, how am I going to find 40 different things to do over the course of this challenge? But there's so much more to explore. And so I hope that you are enjoying this process as much as I am, because it's been really great for me. And these coming to different Oracle decks every day has also been, I don't know, it's really nice to stop and to take a moment and to reflect. Today we're going to look at the Sacred Earth Oracle, which is an absolutely gorgeous artwork by Leela Williams. What I wanted to say was yesterday's posture was a little bit challenging. And I remember vividly my experience with I'm drawing Anna Forrest at Anna Forrest workshop when I was with her doing that posture. And I have come back to it a few times, especially when my digestion has been acting a little wonky. And it's been a really wonderful shape to come into. And while it can be actually quite shocking, quite painful, it's a really lovely practice if you can settle into it and just kind of be with it and allow it to kind of integrate into your physical body. And of course, emotional, right? Mental body too. Today we're going to go in the opposite direction, and we're going to come into something quite sweet and more, it's a heart opening posture really, what we're doing today. So I'm going to invite you into the gentleness of the heart space, breath in the chest. I will bring in the seed sound for the heart as well too. All right. So today, like I said, we're going to look at this beautiful sacred Earth Oracle. And yesterday's card was trust. It was like I said, it was a much gentler card than I was expecting, because my supposition to yesterday's posture was it's one that is kind of tough love. But I think it's more than that. And I also spoke of, this part of the digestive system being deeply connected with just that, with trust. So that was really, really beautiful. So just find you're already in your seat, probably just close your eyes for a moment and allow the exhale breath to soften your physical body, and just to let go of whatever's happened in your day so far. And just to really come into this space, this beautiful space of this gift of a half hour of restorative yoga. And I invite you to bring the breath awareness already to the chest, and to feel the expansiveness of the breath in the right lung and the left lung, and both sides together. And bring a sensitivity to the back of the rib cage, the spaciousness in the back ribs, and what it means when we breathe fully, what it means when we breathe into the whole body, the whole rib cage, the whole energetic heart space, not just the front of the chest. And so as we bring awareness into the energetic heart center, into the Anahata chakra, the element of air, the medicine of unconditional love, the medicine of gratitude, and the understanding and the integration of grief, and any deep unprocessed sadness that lingers within this energetic space. Let this message be of comfort and support and continued growth in our understanding of this center. And so this artwork, which I will post later today, it's our 20th day today, so I will post it later today, there's a heart here, and a beautiful woman's face, eyes are closed. There's a heart here. When there's a connection between the woman and the woman is the tree, and the tree is the woman. There's also a horse on her chest. And it's a deep inward gaze, very much into the heart space. And the key word is absence. Absence. And so you may wish to place your hand on your chest. Absence makes the soul grow stronger. The absence of agenda, stress, or the desire to wear a mask is required so that you can fully be present once more. However, it is not what is present, but what is missing that needs attention. Rather than fighting what you don't want, put your energy into what you do want. But first, rest. Constant illumination brings a burnout. Meditation connects you with your inner world, where time melts into eternity and love is always present. And this space, this energetic heart space, is a reminder to constantly come back to the unconditional love for yourself first, for you, right? And so that space, that cup, needs to be filled. And so if there is any sense of absence or absence of unconditional love, perhaps that will come up for you, or you'll be able to gain some clarity as we lie in this heart opening posture today. All right, so the setup for today is for the head. And because this is quite a deep back bend over the bolster, for a lot of people, the neck stretch is going to be a lot. And so you may want to bring your head up. Folded blanket might work. You might even need something as high as perhaps a double folded blanket. If you have small bolsters such as this, you might want to get a little higher support. I have two bolsters on my mat. One is for underneath my knees, one is for underneath the heart space. If this is too much for underneath the heart space, we use blanket rolls on several occasions before, and these are folded a little too small. So on the second day, I was going to say the very first day, on the second day when we did the 3 blanket roll, I encourage you to, this blanket works very well in thirds. And so that's what I'm going to do as an option. Because for some people, the bolster is just too much of a back bend. And so you can create something like this, right? And you can see that is quite a difference. Okay, so you choose your medicine for the chest, for the heart space. So how do you come into this? You sit down onto your seat on the mat, and you place either the blanket roll or the bolster underneath the rib cage, and you allow Nice, the soles of the feet are still on the floor, and you allow very gentle exhale breaths to begin to release the shoulders back, and then the arms will open to the floor. Now, if you have tension in your shoulder blades, you're going to feel this here. If you have tension in your neck, you'll feel this here. So really take your time and choose the height of the bolster or the blanket roll. And you will know if your bolster is too high, and then you can just adapt accordingly. And I have the soles of my feet still on the mat as the body begins to settle into the shape. And I'm going to remove that additional cushion so that I can allow the front of the neck to open as well. My arms are wide and my underarms are free of the bolster. And so you may choose with your lower body just to walk the heels wide and walk the feet wide and allow the knees to rest together. That may be where the lower body wants to stay for you, depending what's going on in the low back. The focus here is on the heart opening, not the stretch in the low back. So if it's too much in the low back, then you want to reduce the size of the bolster or the blanket roll. Deepen the breath in the chest. And if your lower body is comfortable, you can either extend the legs fully, or you can let the second bolster or blanket come underneath the knees. Allow gravity to soften the shoulders back towards the floor. And my palms are open to the ceiling. But as I mentioned before, some people are just more comfortable with the palms facing down. Palms open is a receptive gesture, open to the energy of the universe. And so be gentle with the breath. If a particular rib or shoulder blade is crying out, take the breath there and breathe in and out of the shoulder blade or the rib. And then I invite you to come into the center of the heart space, so right behind the sternum. Take your internal gaze to the center of the heart space. Fill that space. Fill any absence with unconditional love. And you may also choose to bring this space of energy into harmony, into a higher frequency, into a more balanced frequency by inhaling and exhaling the seed sound for the heart chakra. And that is yum, yum, with a Y sound, yum. So as you inhale, you can silently repeat the mantra, yum. And as you exhale, exhale, yum.
And observe both the breath in the chest and the flow of the mantra as it nourishes and brings balance to the heart space. Continue to deepen the breath in the area of the chest, simply observing the breath or inhaling and exhaling the mantra Yam. And if you need to adjust the height of your head, or if you've overdone it and need to come to a smaller blanket roll, be very mindful in your transition. And I'm going to stay for 11 deep breaths, and then I'll guide you into the release into Shavasana. Release the mantra. Begin to deepen your breath. You can guide your arms in a little closer. And if you want to place your hands underneath your head as you raise your head up very slowly, be mindful of your low core. You can bring the soles of the feet to the mat. And then very slowly roll to one side. Remove your bolster or your blanket roll. You can also remove the blanket for the head or the cushion for the head and then come back down to the mat. You can leave the bolster, the lower bolster there. And I encourage you to stay here for at least 1 minute and allow the neck, the chest, and the shoulders enough time to integrate. It's a big transition. And so as the physical body and the energy body moves into integration, you can reflect on how you can fill that absence with unconditional love. And allow the experience of unconditional love, the notion of unconditional love for yourself, for all creatures, for all those around you, to fill your heart, to fill your energetic heart space. And if you haven't already covered yourself up, cover yourself up so that you may stay in quiet reflection and integration for a little while longer. And when you're ready to begin your transition back up to your seat and the rest of your day, very slowly guide the knees towards the chest, moving with breath, perhaps one knee at a time, gently rocking side to side. Massage the low back. And in gently rocking side to side, you can also connect this to inhaling and exhaling. And when you feel ready, you can transition to a side into fetal position. And then eventually up to your seat. And before you race back to the rest of your day, I can hear my dog. She's in deep, deep, deep dream state. Take a moment in this position as well, too, in your seated posture, to turn inward and to breathe. And so this marks the halfway point of our 40 days together, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, for being with me, and mostly for nourishing and looking after yourself and providing the space for yourself. Stay well, and I really look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Namaste.